Okay, so recently we were looking at flying from Australia to Athens. Scoot were having a sale, and the debate came up about whether we should go with economy class or Scoot Plus. And I thought it was worth having a chat about this because I've actually tried both, and I'll tell you at the end of the video what I prefer, what I suggest if you have the money. So I just think for long haul flights like this, where the leg from Singapore to Athens is 12 hours, and you've also got, say, from Perth, a 5 hour and 20-minute flight from Perth to Singapore. You're spending a day of your life on the plane. So considering Scoot Plus is not a luxury for an Australian. And I should probably explain a bit what Scoot Plus is. It's similar to premium economy on other flights, but I'll give you some more detail about that in a minute. So last year I was able to get a Scoot Plus flight from Perth to Athens with a very short turnaround, about 2 hours, less than 2 hours in Singapore airport. And I was able to pick it up for $1,680, which I thought was really, really good value. This is in May, so I thought that was pretty good value, a bargain. It was actually cheaper than the same seat if I'd bought it from Singapore to Athens. So the flight from Perth via Singapore to Athens was actually cheaper than the flight from Singapore to Athens, which was very surprising at the time. The other good thing about that particular flight from Singapore to Athens, it actually arrives at 8:30 a.m. in the morning, so it's really good from the point of view of starting your day, particularly if you've been able to have a sleep on, I say in Scoot Plus, so your body's sort of starting and working in with a new day. Several years ago I flew to Athens from Australia with Scoot Economy, and I found it very tough. One thing to be aware of, you do have to pay for water on the flight, even if you purchase the food package, which you have to purchase separately in economy. And I notice also that they offer 1 cup of water with Scoot Plus, so I think that implies that you might have to pay for extra water. I'm not sure. And it felt very crowded in Scoot Economy, and for a very long flight. I think it'd be fine on a short flight, but on a very long flight it was pretty tough at the time. And I do recall that they just insisted we'd have to pay for water separate to our food package. Now the Scoot Plus flights that I did, the seats were very generous. I also had a bulkhead seat, which was even better. I felt very refreshed when I got to Athens last year, and I had quite a lot of sleeping, and I felt very comfortable in that seat. It's not a full-on business class seat, but it's extremely comfortable and generous, and I was able to stretch out and have slept quite well actually. So in the sale that I was looking at, the flight from Perth was $1,829 to Athens, and that's for Scoot Plus, and the economy was $554. I have seen it about $100 cheaper if you do happen to go there, so it can get a bit cheaper. But bear in mind that that's just the base economy fare. It does not include food and drink. But that's the basic fare, and that means you can't choose your seat. And reading the website, I don't think you can even check in luggage. All you get is a 10-kilo carry-on, which for a flight from Adelaide to Europe is really not going to cut it for, I think, anyone that long a flight, maybe on a short flight. So the choices after that, you have a value package, which gives you're allowed to, you have seat selection, still check-in luggage of 10 kilos. You are allowed luggage to check in of 20 kilograms in the value pack, and that costs an extra $193.54. And then the Flex is the same as the value pack, but allows you to change your flight without penalty, and that's an additional $61 or an additional $264.54 on top of your Australian dollars on top of your base flight. Now, just bear in mind that the food is an additional cost, including water. So you can buy a whole package for the flight. My recollection of last year was about 100, or the last time I flew economy several years ago was around $150, maybe $130. So my estimate then for a total economy flight would, if you added in the food package, assuming you're going to eat something on the plane, would be about $968. So, and that doesn't include Wi-Fi package and the like. So it's starting to get a lot closer to the cost of the Scoot Plus package, $968 versus $1,829. Now, Scoot Plus, in addition to being a premium seat, it's a very good seat, I think. And the other thing to bear in mind is Scoot is a subsidiary of Singapore Airlines, so it's actually a very safe and organised airline, in my opinion. Also allows you 15 kilograms of carry-on and a massive 30 kilograms of checked luggage, which is a lot of checked luggage. I don't think it'd be hard to put 30 kilos in one bag, in my opinion, unless you were carrying rocks. You get priority boarding and check-in. You get a meal. I think it's multiple meals, and 1 cup of water. You also get access to a power outlet. And they're quite comfortable premium seats. So I think it costs a little bit extra on top to have the ability to change your flight. I think that was around $70 or $90, but for many people that's worth it if you want a little bit of flexibility to change your flight. And I think it was quite affordable at the time. So to summarise, I think that if budget is at all an issue for you, or perhaps you're a bit older, and you're considering a long flight, I definitely would consider trying to get a Scoot Plus flight over economy, because for me, I think it was worth every cent. I think, and particularly because you still got a 12-hour flight from Singapore to Athens or other parts of Europe. So yeah, it's Scoot Plus for me. What do you think? Cheers.